Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining today's AAMI News and Conversation, a special Woman in Leadership edition. I'm Danielle McGeary, AAMI's Vice President of Healthcare Technology Management, and I'm here with April Lebo, who is the founder of the Women in Leadership. Today, we have special guests from TRIMEDX, Kristi McDermott, Henry Hummel, and Dawn Griffin, who will be talking about their diversity efforts at their organization.
So Dawn, let's get started. What do you feel sets TRIMEDX apart from some of the other companies in the industry in regards to the programs or resources that you have in place for women?
Thanks, April. Yeah, we really place a focus on having an inclusive environment, and specifically for women. In 2019, we launched our Women Empowered Associate Resource Group. And this has been a real opportunity for women and allies and advocates to create a community. And in addition to that, we just continue to advance our efforts, not only with our associate resource group, Women Empowered, but also a real focus has been placed on creating those allies and advocates, because we know that's how we have a greater increase of women advancement in the workplace. Recently, we launched our Women of TRIMEDX series. This was really an evolution from our women's conference, which we started 6 years ago. And the Women of TRIMEDX series has women leaders in the company where we have lunch and learn, speaker panels, and we focus on topics that are important to women in the workplace, such as imposter syndrome, creating those advocates, allies, networking, and really ensuring that women in the company have the skills and opportunity to advance those skills. In addition, this creates a wonderful place for women in the company to see how other women have advanced, not only in TRIMEDX, but in their total career.
That's fantastic. So what impact do you feel like these programs have had on the women and the men in the company?
What we've seen really with our associate resource groups in total, and also with Women Empowered, which is our female and allies associate resource group, is that we've had just a little bit under 20% of people in those groups, associates in those groups, advance to other positions. So what we've really seen is just the growth, not only in the careers and advancing in terms of promoting, but just opportunities across the company to participate in other projects. And I think most importantly, to make connections with other women, and also to help men and other allies in the company see the benefits of having women in the workforce, and specifically women in leadership positions.
Well, that's amazing and so refreshing to hear. And obviously, TRIMEDX is not shy to promote women into leadership positions, as we have two of you right on the panel right here. So, how does having women in leadership roles at TRIMEDX really affect your culture day to day? Kristi?
Yeah, thanks, Danielle. Absolutely. I mean, I think, when you look at our clients and you see the C-suite of healthcare systems across the United States, that, there's lots of women leaders in healthcare. And so we definitely reflect that within our organization as well. And, we continue to be on our journey to, continue to improve that over time. But the effect on our culture is significant, because I think, if we're going to be innovative, if we're going to continue to challenge industry norms, we're going to continue to just really grow within the organization and with the industry, we have to reflect that. We have to reflect what's happening in the healthcare industry. So it has a dramatic impact, I believe, on the overall culture of TRIMEDX.
Yeah, and I would just add, when you think about diversity of thought, diversity of problem solving, diversity and inclusion, it's so important, as Kristi mentioned, to reflect our industry, but even more so, just the richness of discussion and problem solving, because we've got multiple thought processes, multiple views in terms of either problem solving or how we're going to serve customers. So it creates that rich environment as well.
Absolutely. I love hearing your perspective and just everything that you're doing to really encourage more women into the industry. So is there anything that TRIMEDX is doing differently to recruit more women into HTM and into the industry?
I think one thing we're continuing to look at, April, is just the way that we can promote diversity and inclusion initiatives. And at TRIMEDX, we don't just focus on what we're doing, we really focus on the actions and activities that lead us to better outcomes. And so that has really been a hallmark of how we've approached the diversity and inclusion initiative. Also, we continue to look for ways to recruit from diverse populations, and continue to look for innovative ways to reach out to diverse populations within the industry, but not only within in the industry. How do we grow talent that's outside of the industry and bring that talent into HTM as well? Also, we've implemented some different gender diversity initiatives, such as unconscious bias training, just to ensure that everybody has that basis of thought and understanding that we all have biases. And we think that sharing that with people and sharing that learning with people helps our culture and helps us kind of expand that relates to diversity initiatives as well.
So Henry, from a male perspective and as the head of the company, what made you invest all these time and resources into these different women initiatives? And do you feel that they've really had they've contributed to the overall success of TRIMEDX?
Yeah, thanks, Danielle. So it's interesting. When I was about 12 years old, my mom decided to go back to school and become a doctor. And I won't date myself, but that was probably in the 70s somewhere. And it's interesting because just watching her struggles in a male-dominated industry and having to break through glass ceilings, not just once or twice, but every step of the way, and watching the struggle, and always thought, okay, how do we make it easier as we grow into positions of decision making? How do we make it easier for everyone to meet their full potential? And how do we help people that want to grow, enable them to grow? And so that's really where it probably starts back then. And again, how do you create an environment where everybody can thrive? And at TRIMEDX, where I really see the difference is we don't necessarily talk about it. You won't find posters on the wall promoting it. It's ingrained in our culture. It's an expectation. It's how we work. And to me, that's the ultimate measure of success.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Henry. Are there any last comments from any of you on the benefits that you're seeing from these programs and resources that you're putting in place for the women in the company?
Yeah, thanks, April. I'll start, and maybe there'll be some other thoughts as well. But you know, as has been said a couple times already, having a diverse leadership group, whether it's at the executive level or throughout the organization, really makes a difference in terms of performance, ultimately, of an organization. So whether that's women or diversity overall, we truly believe in that and have put the significant effort towards that, as Dawn and Henry have spoken about. And that leads to differentiation in the marketplace. I absolutely believe that. You can see that in our outcomes in terms of associate engagement, in terms of our internal promotion rate and the diversity that brings, through our financial performance, et cetera, through the growth of our organization. We can't do it if everybody thought the same, everybody looked the same, and we didn't really reflect what was happening in the marketplace. So, you know, from my standpoint, it's not a nice to do, it's a must do, and something that TRIMEDX will continue to invest in and work to promote all people, right? Whether it's diverse, women, etc. So we're excited about the future of the industry, the future of our company, and we, you know, will continue to, you know, promote in that regard. So Dawn and Henry, any other thoughts from you?
Yeah, I think taking off of what Kristi said, really having an inclusive workforce and focusing on having diverse thought, which leads to innovation, just really allows everyone to bring their best self to work. And when everyone is doing their best work within the company, that means we can deliver the best for our customers. So we take that total view of it, really from how we're doing in the company to how that contributes toward the industry, but ultimately how that contributes toward our customers and clients.
Yeah, and just to echo what Kristi and Dawn shared, you know, it's not nice to do, it's a must do. You think about the talent pool, you think about the diversity of thought, you think about the engagement, it just changes the environment to a point where you just feel the you know, professionalism, you feel the engagement at a different level. And again, you think about the empowerment of growth for individuals and helping them achieve their
Mhm.
goals in life. It's just such an important activity that if you see a group who talks about it more than takes action, you got to, scratch your head a little bit. So.
So true. And, this is just so admirable and inspiring. And, thank you for all you all do to really support women in this industry. Being a female myself, I've been, sometimes the only woman in the shop for a long time. And, it's just so nice to see this and just see so many females entering the field. And your impact is really beyond measure because you're not only affecting TRIMEDX, you're affecting the field as a whole. If you're
Mhm.
developing females and growing them within, even if they don't end up staying long term, they're out there and you're really just helping the field as a whole. So thank you for all you all do. And thank you for being here today and sharing, your journey with us. I think it's so inspiring and everyone in the field will be so happy to hear it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.